Morning Valley High School. This is Tuesday, May 8th, 2018. We're excited that you're here today. What an exciting Falcon Flash broadcast we have. We have the winner of our Taylor Swift tickets coming up here at the end of the broadcast. So we've got a lot to get to today. We're going to get right into the Falcon Flash. I got to get the Falcon Flash up here on the screen. Patriotic observance today. We're looking at this day in 1884 when Harry S. Truman was born in Lamar, Missouri. The son of a farmer, Truman could not afford to go to college. He joined the Army at a relatively advanced age of 33 in 1916 to fight in World War I. Truman went on to serve in the U.S. Senate from 1934 until he was chosen as Franklin D. Roosevelt's fourth vice president in 1945. It was during his Senate terms that he developed a reputation for honesty and integrity. Upon FDR's death on April 12, 1945, Truman became the 33rd President of the United States, assuming the role of Commander-in-Chief in a country still embroiled in World War II. After World War II, Truman helped push the Marshall Plan through Congress, which provided desperately needed reconstruction aid to European nations devastated by the war and on the verge of widespread famine. He also supported the establishment of a permanent Israeli state. Truman served as president for 2 terms, from 1945 to 1953, when he and his wife Bess happily retired to Independence, Missouri, and he died there on December 26, 1972. We'll learn more about President Harry Truman in this quick video, so stay tuned.
Harry Truman was, in the words of one of his biographers, a man of the people. Truman was the guy who might live next door to you.
Harry Truman was born on May 8, 1884, and grew up in Independence, Missouri.
Harry Truman came from very modest means. His father was a farmer. He didn't have the money to go to college. He's our only president in the 20th century to not have a college degree.
He was a member of the National Guard, and when World War I broke out, at age 33, he enlisted and became a captain and served in France.
After World War I, Harry Truman opened a men's clothing shop in Kansas City, Missouri, and married Bess Wallace.
There's a lot more to Harry Truman than just having been a haberdasher. Great student of history. He'd been a really heroic captain in World War I, and he'd grown up in the Pendergrast political culture of Missouri, which was a real petri dish for learning how to be a good politician.
In 1934, Harry Truman was elected to the U.S. Senate, where he served until 1945 when he was elected vice president.
And not too long after he's in office, FDR dies. Suddenly, as he said, talking to the press, boys, he said, the weight of all the planets in the world have just fallen on me. He made some big decisions right away, notably that we're going to attack Japan with the first explosion of an atomic weapon.
In 1945, President Truman ordered the dropping of 2 atomic bombs on Japan to avoid a costly land invasion of Japan and end the war quickly. Truman also saw the need to change the makeup of the military.
Harry Truman signed an executive order that integrated the United States military in 1948. He did it cleanly, without any agonizing, because he thought it was the right thing to do and didn't listen to any objections.
And that helped pave the way for the Civil Rights Movement.
Soon after the end of World War II, the Cold War with the Soviet Union began.
Truman knew the threat of the rise of communism out of Moscow, but also understood the best way of dealing with that is to rebuild Europe. Rebuild it economically, rebuild it culturally, rebuild it politically, and make it part of the alliance.
The Marshall Plan provided economic aid to the countries of Western Europe. After the introduction of the Marshall Plan came the Berlin airlift in response to Stalin's decision to blockade the city of Berlin. The airlift was an incredible success. It showed that the United States was committed to protecting the nations of Western Europe from the incursions of communism.
During Truman's first term as president, his approval ratings plummeted when the United States became involved in the Korean War.
People were exhausted by war and the sacrifices that had been made. And he faced the prospect of running against the greatest American hero of World War II, Dwight Eisenhower, who was kind of everybody's grandfather and everybody's hero. So he wisely stepped down and stepped out of the way.
Truman retired as President of the United States in January 1953.
After he left office, he basically went back to Independence, Missouri, and led a very quiet life.
Truman died the day after Christmas in 1972. He lived a long life. He was 88 years old.
And he was a very unassuming, simple man, elevated to the presidency. And yet, when you look over his time in office, he was a strong leader.
All right, Harry Truman, a true American legend. Hey, seniors, there's all kinds of talk about you these days. You're about to graduate. Something about Dunkin' Donuts, or I'm sorry, Krispy Kreme donuts, and graduation tickets. So let's take a look at that. Graduating seniors, join the SAUSD Alumni Network before May 11th and help our school win free Krispy Kreme donuts for the entire senior class. As the winners, each senior will be entered into a drawing for 5 gift cards to some of your favorite spots, including In-N-Out, AMC Theaters, Target, and Starbucks. You can join the Alumni Network by completing the quick questionnaire that was sent to you to your SAUSD Learns account, or you could win some of those gift cards by having entered our Taylor Swift contest. We'll get to that in just a moment. Seniors, if you haven't ordered your graduation tickets, I think that means no one's coming to your graduation for you. So order some tickets. They're in your Falcon Flash classroom for the seniors. There's a form in there. It just says simply, how many tickets do you want? Let me know what that is. We still have about 250 seniors that have done this already. Thank you very much to all of you. And we still have, that means about 150 of you left to order your tickets. So if you want people to come see you graduate, get some tickets to graduation. Today at Valley, it is Teacher Appreciation Week still. The Falcon Club would like to thank our teachers for their hard work and dedication by showering them with popcorn. Teachers stop by Lounge 86 at lunch today to get your treat from the Falcon Club. And thank you, Falcon Club, for honoring our teachers. Today at Valley, the AP Spanish test is underway, and the AP Physics test is going on this afternoon. Those students will be released for lunch at 11:15. Tomorrow, AP English Literature, you seniors, it is your turn. Please be in your assigned location by 7:40 in the morning. HOSA is meeting today at lunch in room 3-10. We're voting to select our new officers for next year. Please get your frontline pass from Ms. Fay before that, and we'll see you all there at the HOSA meeting at lunch today. Baseball takes on Century out on the diamond at 3:30, and CIF volleyball versus Eisenhower High School out of Rialto at 6 o'clock tonight. Students, you can buy tickets at ASB for $5 or at the door with your ID for $5. All other general admission tickets are $10 to this CIF game this evening. So come support the Falcons as we begin CIF playoffs. Softball wins. Congratulations to our junior varsity softball team for defeating one of the top teams in the league, Savannah High School. The final score was 20-11. Valley came to play from the start of the game to the end of the game. Our pitcher, Kimberly Velasquez, set the tone of the game by being around the strike zone all game. Valley's team defense was spectacular. All girls contributing, making great plays. A key play in the game was when Kenya Velasquez and Bernice Zavala turned a double play to stop Savannah's run. Offensively, the girls turned into track stars, stealing 22 bases. Michelle Lara and Tanya Velasquez and Melanie Morales each had 4 stolen bases. The player of the game goes to Tanya Velasquez, there she is, by going 3 for 3, 4 stolen bases, and an outstanding performance on defense. Keep up the splendid work, ladies. Our softball season will be coming to an end this Wednesday as we host Century High School at 3:15 start time. Come out and support the JV and varsity teams as they play in their last game of the season. Freshman Faith Ardona is a wonderful poet, according to her ELA teacher, Miss Case. She recently submitted her poem, Lightning, and has now been published in the online version of Teen Ink magazine. Beyond that, the poem was given an Editor's Choice Award for its high quality. So congratulations, Faith. Keep it going. What a great thing. You know, a couple weeks ago, I spoke Spanish on this broadcast. I am not going to read poetry to you. I would just really make it an awful poem. But Faith has written a really powerful poem. So go to Teen Ink magazine and check that. It is really a cool poem. But I'm not going to read it to you. All right, it is time to put this Taylor Swift concerts behind us. We've got some big winners today. You have been participating for 2 weeks in answering trivia questions, in being in class on time, in wearing spirit wear, and getting all kinds of Falcon points in all kinds of ways. We took all those points earned over the last 2 weeks, put them all together, and the top 59 students with the most points were entered into our contest. So we are giving away some Valley swag. We're giving away 4 gift cards today and, of course, Taylor Swift tickets. The Valley swag winners are Bianca Benigno in Ms. Kitagawa's class, Kayla Herrera in Mr. Banderas' class, and Jose Mendoza in Ms. Hollenbeck's class. Each of you can come to ASB at lunch or after school to select your prize, and I will get those prizes out to you. We have 3 gift cards for $15 each. Brian Castillo, Mr. Kozlis's class, Jacob Verduzco in Mr. Morris's class, and Gabriel Flores Luna in Mr. Garcia's class. Congratulations. Those are the choices you have right there. Starbucks, Taco Bell, and Subway. Stop by ASB to get your gift card from Maribel today. We had one $25 gift card to Amazon, and the winner of that is Steve Moreo from Mr. Lutak's class. Also stop by ASB to pick that up from Maribel. And lastly, of course, we do have these 2 great tickets to the May 18th concert with Camille Cabello and Taylor Swift at the Rose Bowl. Is coming up in a week and a half on Friday night next week. And out of all the Valley students that have played this game, we do have a winner today, and that winner is coming to you out of, let's see, that would be, well, there went. All right, so that's it for today. Oh, wait. There it is. Tony Magana from Mr. Morris's class. Congratulations. You are our big prize winner in our Taylor Swift contest. I think that is all we have today. So let's wrap up this Falcon Flash. That's it for today's Falcon Flash.